Peoria Heights Trustees meeting. Meeting is now called to order. Would you please rise and join us in the pledge of the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Trustee Harn?
Present.
Trustee Carter? Present. Trustee Mariscal?
Present.
Trustee Cumming?
Present.
Trustee Reichert? Present. Trustee Fuller?
Present.
Thank you very much. Our first order of business tonight is the approval of the Board of Trustees minutes for the January 3rd meeting. Are there any changes that need to be made to the minutes?
Make a motion.
Have a motion from Trustee Carter.
Second.
Second from Trustee Mariscal. All those in favor of approving the Board of Trustees minutes for January 3rd, 2017 as submitted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the Board of Trustees minutes for January 3rd, 2017. Next order of business tonight is the approval of the executive session minutes for January 3rd, 2017. We need a motion for approval, please.
I make a motion.
Have a motion from Trustee Carter.
Second.
Second from Trustee Mariscal. All those in favor of approving the executive session minutes for January 3rd, 2017, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the executive session minutes for January 3rd, 2017. Next order of business tonight is correspondence, and that will be presented by our village clerk, Shauna Musselman.
I have no correspondence this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. No announcements at this time, so we will move to trustee reports, and first will be economic development, village improvements with Trustee Carter.
Thank you. I have nothing at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. Move to the police department with Trustee Fuller.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. The only thing I have is Neighborhood Watch is up here at Village Hall, January 30th, 6:30 p.m.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any questions at all for Trustee Fuller? Okay, thank you again. We'll move to building and property maintenance, and that will be presented by Trustee Mariscal.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. I have nothing to report this evening.
Okay, thank you. Move to the fire department with Trustee Reichert.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing.
All right, thank you very much. Go to Public Works, Trustee Harn.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing right now.
All right, thank you, and we'll close out with Administration Personnel with Trustee Cumming.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. Just like to acknowledge that there was some confusion with the trash and recycling pickup over the holiday weeks, and just wanted to make everyone aware of the fact that the year-long garbage and recycling pickup schedule is listed on our website. We understand there was a lot of confusion. I myself was confused by it, and a lot of the confusion was caused by the fact that the holidays, Christmas and New Year's fell on a Sunday. Well, the landfill recognized those holidays on Monday and gave their employees off. So that's why, even though the holiday fell on a weekend, trash pickup was still a day behind, as if the holiday had occurred during the week. But just also want to let everyone know that that information is available on the website, but as an administration, we will do a much better job of getting the word out when we are going to have any off-scheduled days for trash and recycling pickup, same as we do with the refuse pickup in the fall, all the branches and leaves.
Yeah.
Because
They showed up on Monday.
Yeah, I don't know. I dumped my recycling from our house into the bin yesterday, and I had to do the, not the foot stamp, but yeah, I had to stamp it down so I could get it in. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they
Pretty
were
much a couple
supposed
of load drops.
to come on Tuesday like the garbage men did, but they showed up on Monday, like the holiday did not occur.
Right.
So they showed up a day early and trash showed up a day late.
Yeah, I've got a full recycling kit.
Yeah, well, thanks for illustrating the point. You hear that? We are going to do a much better job of getting the word out for holiday weeks if there's going to be an unusual or any changes to the delivery pickup date.
Okay. Yeah, I also want to alert everyone that even though the recycling was picking up normal time, it was listed as such on the website and on our answering machine, so to speak. So we do the best we can. It's impossible to get the word out to everybody. In the end, we need everyone to call Village Hall or check the website whenever you have any question about when the trash or the recycling pickup will be. Ideally, that's the best thing to do, but when in doubt, call.
And we will start to put out blasts on Facebook anytime there's an alteration of the schedule as well. And would appreciate the board and administration's help with sharing that with their friends and friends of friends on Facebook, help get the word out.
All right. Any questions at all for Trustee Cumming? Okay, thank you very much. We'll move to comments from the audience. Anybody in the audience, if you have a care or concern, please come up to the village lectern and give us your name and your address, where we can find you after 2 o'clock in the morning if you have something negative to say. I'm just teasing, of course. It'd be after 1 o'clock. No questions or comments? Okay, well, we do thank everyone for attending. No old business tonight, so we're going to move to new business. And first up is an event request for Run to Remember, and that will be presented by Trustee Carter.
Thank you. The Run to Remember Fallen Police Officers Committee requested permission to use the Tower Park Saturday, May 6th at 8 a.m. So I make a motion to allow them to use the Tower Park.
I have a motion from Trustee Carter.
Second.
Second from Trustee Harn. Any questions or comments from the board before the board votes? Okay, once again, this is for board approval of the Run to Remember event on Saturday, May 6, 2017 at 8 a.m. as outlined by Trustee Carter. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it, and board has approved the Run to Remember on Saturday, May 6 as outlined by Trustee Carter. Next order of new business tonight is a request for the use of Tower Park on Saturday, October 21st, and that will be presented by Trustee Carter.
Thank you. The Central Illinois Lupus Support Group is planning their 5th annual Lupus Walk and a Run on Saturday, October 21st at 9 a.m. I make a motion to allow them to use the Tower Park, and I'm assuming that they're going to get with the chief on the other info that they need.
Okay, we have a second from Trustee Cumming?
Yes.
Okay. Motion from Trustee Carter, second from Trustee Cumming. Any questions or comments from the board before the board votes? Okay, once again, this is for the request for the use of Tower Park on Saturday, October 21st for the Walk to End Lupus Now, as outlined by Trustee Carter. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the use of Tower Park on Saturday, October 21st, 2017 for the Walk to End Lupus Now, as outlined by Trustee Carter. Our next order of new business tonight is, again, a request for use of Tower Park in Village Hall on February 11th. And that will be presented by Trustee Carter.
Okay, I make a motion, excuse me, for the Peoria Notre Dame is requesting to use the Heights Tower for, I'm assuming it's the St. Jude Club. That looks like a walk-run. They're wanting to use the Village Hall, but I'm not sure for, do we know why the Village Hall, just not the tower, or?
I'm not sure.
So I guess I'm not sure about, the Tower Park is not a problem. I make a motion, but the Village Hall, are we going to allow them to do that?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and give the approval, and then Administrator Fick can double-check and make sure everything's in line. If there's a problem, we can bring it back to the board prior to them having this fit together.
Okay. I make a motion.
Okay, I have a motion from Trustee Carter. Second from Trustee Mariscal. Any questions or comments from the board before the board votes? Okay, once again, this is for board approval of the use of Tower Park and tentatively Village Hall on Saturday, February 11th, 2017 for St. Jude runs as outlined by Trustee Carter. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you. The ayes have it. Board has approved the use of Tower Park and a tentative use of Village Hall on Saturday, February 11th, 2017 for St. Jude runs as outlined by Trustee Carter. Next order of new business tonight is ordinance 2017-1495, and that will be presented by Trustee Cumming.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. First off, my congratulations and condolences to anyone that read every single page of this ordinance. Makes Tolstoy look like a children's golden book. With that said, I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance number 2017-1495. And there is a lot of wording in here, which I'm sure everyone just wanted to skip over. Let me just say that for about 80 pages of information here, this is primarily a housekeeping issue. FEMA updated their floodplain maps for Woodford and Tazewell County recently, and those counties had to update the wording of their ordinances to reflect the new information regarding the floodplains from the FEMA map. And because we were lucky enough to have land donated to us by Bill Rutherford that borders Woodford and Tazewell County, seeing as we own land over there, we have to adopt the same ordinance. So this is really just updating the information in the existing ordinance to match the new FEMA maps that have been given to Woodford and Tazewell County.
Okay, we have a motion from trustee Cumming. Second from trustee Carter. Any questions or comments from the board before the board votes? Okay, once again, this is for board approval of ordinance 2017-1495, an ordinance regulating development in floodplain areas as outlined by trustee Cumming. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Trustee Harn.
Aye.
Trustee Carter. Aye. Trustee Mariscal.
Aye.
Trustee Cumming.
Aye.
Trustee Reichert. Aye. Trustee Fuller.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. By a vote of 6-0, the board has approved ordinance 2017-1495 as outlined by trustee Cumming. Next order of new business is the hair construction pay request for the Roosevelt water main replacement. That will be presented by trustee Harn.
Thank you, Mayor Allen. The water main is around a little over a third, closer to halfway completed right now, and we have a pay request. The total main project was somewhere around $285,000. There's going to be the number will fluctuate. We've used a little bit of less on some things and a little bit more on others. We've addressed some problems that we're having, or we're in the process of addressing some problems with some pressure problems. So we've had to add some more pressure reducing valves and things like that. But anyway, I make a motion that we approve the partial payment to Hair Construction for $139,077.90.
Have a motion from trustee Harn. Second from trustee Reichert. Any questions or comments from the board before the board votes? Okay, once again, this is for board approval of the partial payment to Hair Construction for the Roosevelt Road water main replacement in the amount of $139,077.90 as outlined by trustee Harn. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Trustee Harn.
Aye.
Trustee Carter.
Aye.
Trustee Mariscal.
Aye.
Trustee Cumming.
Aye.
Trustee Reichert. Trustee Fuller.
Okay, thank you. By a vote of 6-0, the board has approved the partial payment to Hair Construction, $139,077.90 as outlined by trustee Harn. Our next order of business tonight is a treasurer's report, which will be read by our village clerk, Shauna Musselman.
All right, this represents the bank balances for December 2016 as submitted by Stephanie Turner, our village treasurer. The general fund is $833,244.08. Motor fuel is $128,689.06. Police drug savings, $555.89. Tax increment finance, $94,764.88. Healthcare flex spending is $18,415.36. And the bond project is $863.29. For a grand total in the village accounts of $1,076,532.66. The waterworks is $317,472.94. INF maintenance fee, $72,155.21. Service deposit is $89,247.74. Grant funds are $1,014.80 for a grand total in the waterworks accounts of $479,890.69.
All right, thank you very much. Are there any questions regarding the treasurer's report? All right, then we will accept it as read. We will now be asking the board to go into executive session regarding property. You're more than welcome to stay through that, but the only thing we will be reconvening for after that is to adjourn the meeting. Prior to going to executive session, I want to remind everybody the next departmental committee meeting will be held Tuesday, January 24th at 6:30 PM. The next Board of Trustees meeting will be held Tuesday, February 7th at 6:30 PM. At this time, I need a motion from the board for the board to go into executive session.
So moved.
Regarding property. Have a motion from trustee Cumming.
Second.
Second from trustee Mariscal. All those in favor of going into executive session at this time regarding property, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. Thank you, the ayes have it. Board will now go into executive session regarding property. We will come back after that is completed to adjourn the meeting. We thank everyone for attending.